Hey learners, welcome to Ahmad Coaching and I'm your teacher Dr. Anam. I'm going to start a small series on everyday science in which I'm going to explain different observations that we have on daily basis and how those observations they are related to biology and how we can explain that. Today I'm going to talk about why veins are blue, but if you have any observation in your mind that you have seen or observed and you are unable to understand why this is happening, then you can let me know in the comment section and I will try to make a video on it so that we can understand what actually biology is doing in our daily life and how these observations that we are seeing are related to it. So let's start our first lesson on everyday science series, that is why veins are blue. First of all, what veins are? Veins are blood vessels that carry blood towards the heart from the tissues. Here you can see this is heart. Heart pumps the blood towards different organs. The blood which is pumped to the organs contains oxygen. That oxygen is utilized by the tissues and the blood without oxygen is taken by the veins. So veins they carry the blood from the tissues towards the heart. As the blood has already been utilized by the tissues, so the blood flowing through the veins is actually deoxygenated blood. Except the pulmonary vein. The pulmonary vein is a special vein which carries the oxygenated blood from lungs, which are tissues, towards the heart. The purpose is same, to carry the bloods towards the heart, whether these are lower body organs or the lungs. So pulmonary vein is actually carrying the oxygenated blood because it is taking the blood from the lungs to the heart. Now veins appear blue due to a combination of physiological and optical factors, even though blood itself is not blue. So the myth, normally people believe that our blood is blue, that's why our veins are blue, is wrong. Blood itself is not blue, no matter which condition it is, whether it is oxygenated blood or deoxygenated blood, it's not blue. Let's talk about the reasons then why veins they are blue. There are three main reasons that we can study to understand that why veins are blue. First of all, blood composition and color. Second, light absorption and reflection. Third, tissues and skins as a filter. Let's study one by one. First of all, blood composition and color. Blood inside the veins is deoxygenated. We know that the veins they carry deoxygenated blood from the tissues to the heart. The deoxygenated blood means that it contains less oxygen compared to the arterial blood. Arterial blood means blood carried by arteries. Hemoglobin, which is a protein which binds with the oxygen, it gives the blood bright red color. So here you can see the oxygenated blood is of bright red color. In contrast, when blood is deoxygenated, when the amount of oxygen is less in the blood, it appears darker red or purplish in color. Here you can see this is a deoxygenated blood which is much darker in color in comparison to the oxygenated blood. Normally those people who donate their blood, the blood is taken from their veins. You can observe the color of the blood coming out of their veins during the blood donation is not blue but is darker red. And this is the reason that because the darker color blood is present in the veins, you perceive that okay, the veins are somewhat in darker shade. The next point is going to clear more why it's blue in shade. In the darker shade, it is in the darker shade, but why in the blue shade? The second point is light absorption and reflection. We know the color is white light is made up of 7 different colors. So the color you perceive from vein is influenced by how light interact with your skin, tissues and bloods within the veins. When light strike the skin, it is composed of various wavelengths. We know that 7 colors are there. Red light, which has a longer wavelength, it will penetrate the skin more deeply, while the blue light, which has a shorter wavelength, is more easily absorbed as well as scattered by the skin and tissue. So when the white light it strikes the surface of the skin, the red light it will go deep into the skin, while the blue light, because it is shorter in wavelength, it's going to be absorbed to the less depth, and after that it is easily scattered or reflected back by the tissues and the skin. Because blue light is scattered more at shallower depth than the red light, it is reflected back to the surface, which causes the veins to appear bluish. So because the blue light is reflected back, so our eyes they are able to see blue light, while the red light is in the deep covers of the tissues, so it's not visible. So this is another reason that the light which is reflected back from the surface of the skin is blue. That's why we think that the veins are blue. Then third main point is tissues and skins as filter. The skin itself acts as a filter, and different layers of tissues affect how light is scattered and absorbed. Skin reflects and absorbs light in a complex manner based on its thickness, its pigmentation, and composition. The pigmentation means melanin content. We know that the color the skin has is because of the concentration of melanin. The more the concentration of melanin means darker shade, less melanin concentration means lighter shade. So if the lighter skin tones are present, for example, they reflect more blue light, making the veins appear more prominent and appearing blue. Why? Because the background color is white. White means lighter in touch. So when the blue light is reflected back, you can clearly see the blue light. But in case of darker skin tones, when the background color is already of darker shades and the blue light is reflected back, it's merged with the background color and it gives you less blue appearance. So it is difficult to see blue veins when the darker shades are there, but it is easier to see blue light or blue veins when the skin color is lighter in tone. So here you can see that this is the internal skin structure, and you can see the blue light's depth is not very high. In case of red and near red, you can see they are deeply penetrating. So blue light, because it's not absorbed to the depth, it's going to be reflected back, and if the color of the skin is lighter, you can see more clearly the reflection of blue light. But if the color of the skin is darker, then the blue lights they are not easily visible, so you cannot see the veins blue in color. So in summary, the deoxygenated blood is not blue in color, but it is darker red or purplish in color, because of which you think that the veins are blue. Because the light is made up of 7 colors, other 6 colors they are deeply penetrated into the skin, while the blue color, because it is not absorbed to the depth, it is scattered easily, and when it is reflected back from the skin, you can see it clearly, and because of this reason, veins they appear blue. And the third reason is that if there is lighter skin color, then the blue color is more prominent and the veins they are more prominent, and you can see that veins they are blue in color. But when the skin color is darker in shade, you cannot see the vein colors because you are unable to differentiate the blue color from the rest of the background darker color. So you cannot see the veins blue in color when the darker shade of skin is there. So these are the reasons why the veins are blue. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the comment section, and if you have any suggestion for the everyday signs, let me know in the comment section. I will see you in the next video.